Hello, welcome to your 2019 tarot card forecast for all zodiac signs. Subscribe to this channel because I'm going to do individual zodiac forecasts between now and the end of the year. So subscribe so you don't miss your zodiac sign. But for now, I've got a general 2019 forecast using the tarot cards with a little astrology mixed in because I can't help it. Sorry. Okay, so let's get started. I'm calling 2019 Advancing the Fire. So there is a lot of excitement about Jupiter moving into Sagittarius, which is one of its home signs. Its home signs are Sagittarius and Pisces. So we've had in 2018, we've had Jupiter in Scorpio, which could be characterized by the Me Too movement. So it was uncovering a lot of deep, dark secrets, that maybe some of us didn't want to go there. Obviously, some of us did. But anyway, it was not an easy transit of Jupiter, lighting up the deep, dark secrets. So now we have Jupiter moving into its own sign where it's optimistic and forward-thinking and inclusive and uplifting and inspirational and all kinds of other things. But I don't want to go too much into the astrology because this is a tarot card forecast. But anyway, I wanted to let you know this is where I got the Advancing the Fire title for this. So 2019 is the year of Earth Pig in the Chinese Zodiac. 2018 was the year of Earth Dog. So once again, we have that emphasis on Earth energy. So the Chinese New Year doesn't start till February, but I always like to include the Chinese Zodiac year in any of my forecasts. So it's going to be a lucky year with Earth Pig. And look, he's so cute. How could 2019 not be good with the mask out like that? Okay, quickly, numerology for 2019. 2019, if you add up all the numbers, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 plus 12, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12. And 1 plus 2 equals 3. So we've got a 3 flavor for the year. And when I see the 3, I always think media for some reason. I think media and communication and getting the message out there is like my big thing with 3s. Obviously, there's other things to 3 besides that. What I've done is I've laid out a zodiac spread. So we start here with the first house and we go all the way around. We have the 12 houses and we have a card in the middle for which I used the Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms cards for that one. And so we have a lot of echoes in what I've already said here in the cards. For one, I mentioned that 2019 is a 3 year. It adds up to 21, or it adds up to 12. The Hangman, which is also the same thing as 21, the world. It's just the digits are reversed. So when you add, it doesn't matter. And they both reduce to a 3. Not only that, the world is in the third house. So that's kind of a double 3. So that 3 energy is, it's showing up in our cards here. Also, interestingly, Jupiter, this Hangman always reminds me of Jupiter because of the cross, the 4 here. With Jupiter's sign, which I may have right here. Notice that it's in the 9th house, which is Jupiter's house. So interesting again. And then lastly, the other Jupiter correspondence here is that in the middle, to set the tone for the year, the oracle card from Colette Baron Reed is the Fire Prince. So let me read the Fire Prince and then we'll get started with the rest of the tarot cards. So for the Fire Prince, optimism, aggression. When the Fire Prince arrives as your ally, he lets you know that he represents the invisible forces behind all matter of manifestation, and he brings you the gifts of optimism. You will be rightly inspired to move forward and take confident and assertive action to reach your goal. Envisioning the path of the highest good with an optimistic outlook, the Fire Prince also brings you the gift of a miracle. Things come together as if by magic to create the reality you seek. You have every reason to be hopeful. Move forward knowing that you have everything you need and more. Just remember to share the enthusiasm, believe in others, and be optimistic for them too, and your good fortune will multiply. Starting off with the fire element for the year. So once again, that's our active energy, moving out, working with other people on projects, getting things done, action, all that kind of stuff. We have in the fire houses, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Hanged Man. So this is talking about like there's something to be let go of, maybe even right at the beginning, right at the start of the year. Something ends and something else starts, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. That could be cleaning up a lot of the stuff from 2018, because there was a lot of interior work in 2018 that was not easy, and a lot of relationship work and a lot of karmic work and blah blah blah. I don't want to go on too much about that. So, you know, there's an ending and a letting go. We have a new opportunity here. This could be a new investment opportunity. This could be you beginning a new investment opportunity, or maybe even a new job, with this being the Page of Pentacles. And then here we have the Hangman here. And the Hangman is saying, you know what, if you don't quite know what to do with the opportunity, or the opportunity is not quite materializing, you're not quite getting the callbacks that you want, it's okay. And I think that came up somewhere. I don't remember if it was in the Colette card or somewhere else. That is something else I said, that you know, it's if it's not quite coming together, it's okay. Just follow the fire and follow the inspiration. The Hangman also talks about, the Hangman here talks about sometimes you need to flip the script and look at things from a different way. And the Hangman also talks about having faith that everything is going to work out. And that's a big Jupiter. That's a big Jupiter word there. Faith that, you know, that it's all going to work out. So that's our fire houses for 2019. So for our earth houses, we have the Ace of Rods, we have the Eight of Rods, and we have the Fool, which just initially looking at that looks really nice to me. So we're talking about, once again, we're talking about new opportunities for income here in 2019. And we're talking about your day-to-day life and your 9-to-5 job, if you have one, being pretty busy. You might be getting, you know, an opportunity to move up, and that makes you more busy. Or like I said, there could be outside side gigs or investments that come up for you that give you the opportunity to earn more money. But either way, you're going to be really busy, and things are going to move quickly. With the Fool here at the top of the chart, so to speak, or the layout that we have here, and here in the earth signs, that means it's time, you know, there's the opportunity for a brand new chapter to unfold here in 2019. So like, as I've alluded to, 2018, we worked through a lot of stuff. We've been working through a lot of stuff really since 2010, 2012. If you want to, you know, go back that far, that's not a stretch to say that. So it's finally, we're getting to the part where this new chapter is going to unfold for us. So I think the thing is to keep an open heart. And, you know, a lot of times with the Fool card, they say, you know, keep a childhood innocence about you, and, you know, approach things like a newbie, like a child, like somebody who doesn't know, you know, and you know, once again, there's this kind of like this blind optimism or blind faith. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying that, but you know, that this is a new chapter. We're not really sure how it's all going to work out or really where it's going, but go ahead and take it. You know, go ahead. If you don't get on the train, you're not going to go anywhere, is basically the idea here. So go ahead and take some risks in 2019. Okay. So on to the air houses here. So we have the World, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So once again, we have a nice, just at first glance, I think that's a nice combination of cards. The World is in this spot of the double 3 that I talked about. So the World card is a 3 in the third house. So I think with this World card there, you're going to really be able to tie up loose ends and bring everything together. Like everything that you've been learning, all the skill sets, whatever it is you've been involved in, you're able to bring it all together and have it be something. I don't know if I'm one of these jack of all trade type people, and of course not everybody is. So like for me, it's like I know a lot about a lot, or little about a lot, or however you want to say it. So it's like it's kind of an opportunity to like, okay, like I know how to weld, and I know how to change tires, and I know how to do I don't know. I'm having a hard time coming up with an example, but it's a way to take all these skills together and go, oh, you know what? I could, do this kind of work for these kind of vehicles with this kind of skill set or something. I mean, I'm sorry that I can't come up with something better with that, but moving on. Relationships, the Wheel of Fortune. So it looks like there's going to be good relationships in 2019, whether they are personal or business relationships. We finally get a good turn of the wheel with the relationship sector, and with groups and organizations. There's a possibility to join new groups, to get with like-minded folks, to finally kind of find that right group where you can use your skill sets that we talked about in your relationships, and you can actually like get something done. I have a lot of earth in my chart, so I like pentacles because it means we're getting things done. Things are actually happening. We're just not talking about them. Talking about them is good, but it's like, the opportunities to actually create something with other people is there in 2019. And then our last set of houses are the water houses, and these are probably the most, if you want to call them problematic, challenging for the year. We've got the Eight of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Cups here in the water houses. So with the Eight of Swords, our feelings are a little bit boxed in here for some reason. With the Eight of Swords, so we've got thinking that's not thinking, but well, it could be thinking, or thoughts and feelings are really connected, so sometimes it's hard to disconnect those things. So we have emotions and we have thoughts, and those two, like I said, are kind of wrapped in around each other that have a hard time seeing beyond. And so once again, that's where that Jupiter, being able to be inspired and see beyond, or just have faith that there is something beyond what your thoughts and feelings keep repeating to you, it comes into play. So, and that part of that could be a hangover from the Jupiter in Scorpio, because that's really what we were dealing with, was a lot of deep-seated feelings and deep-seated thought patterns. So, and then I also mentioned that there is no, there's no air in the 2019. There's no, we'll have other planets move quickly through air, but we won't have anything, no major planets that are kind of parked in air this year. So it may be, if you need to untangle thoughts, it might be a little bit challenging, but like I said, look to the optimism of Jupiter to help you. We have got the Five of Pentacles in the house of things that other people bring us, the way we get tangled up with other people. Also the House of Losses. So someone near you, someone you're in relationship with, could be having financial issues, or they could just be worried about finances, and that could spill over onto you. And then with the Seven of Cups here in the 12th house, this is the house of the quiet time you. This is the house of sleep and dreams. This is a spiritual house. This is a house of retreat. So it's kind of, I'm kind of getting the sense here that it's like there's so many options here for retreat that it's kind of like you don't know what to do, or you feel so overwhelmed that maybe, or you're so overwhelmed by things that are coming up out of this murkiness of the 12th house, where it's kind of like something's haunting you and you don't know where it's coming from. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that ghost around the corner that you just have a sense that it's there, but you can't see it, kind of thing. Ghosts of the past. When I see that Seven of Cups, I say pick one. So with this, it's like, don't drown in the overwhelm. You just need to pick one thing and go after it. So if you pick up meditation, if you pick up hypnosis, if you pick up going to church, you know what I mean, and just pick it up, try it, and if it doesn't work for you, pick something different. Just don't be so overwhelmed, like I said, by all this. It's the energy that's behind you that you can't see, but yet it's still bugging you. Like, don't let that get to you. Just find a way to kind of somehow work with it and work through it. So that is 2019, and I think overall, I think we're ready for the page turn. I really do. It's far from over. We're still heading towards 2020. You've probably heard the talk about it. It's kind of like the 2012, but it's the 2020 that we're all heading toward, which is the big culmination. But it's a definite page turn from 2018. We're going to start out with planets direct, except for Uranus. You know what I mean? It's gonna be definitely be a shift in energy. And it's looking good. And so, like I said, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will be doing individual Zodiac 2019 forecasts. And I will see you soon.
Saracens from the Mevlevi order of whirling dervishes are the only ones allowed to perform the ceremony. It's captivating for us, but meant for the heavens. A powerful display performed in a trance-like state.